Hello, and welcome to The Experience Local with Russ and Scott. Each week, they bring you conversations with local Christian businesses and business owners. The Experience Local is brought to you each week by wonderful sponsors.
Copper Rock Real Estate. Commercial and residential real estate in the Mid-Willamette Valley. CopperRockRealty.com. Independent Merchant Brokers. Low-cost and no-cost debit and credit card processing. 877-460-4747. IndependentMerchantBrokers.com. Join Boson Hub Digital Development in supporting Kicking Cancer. Kicking Cancer provides support, education, and resources for cancer patients, survivors, and families. Kicking-cancer.org. More than just a home, the Arbor at Avamere Court in Kaiser. Arbor at AvamereCourt.com. Assisted living at Avamere at Albany. Avamere at Albany.com. Gina Deffa-White, Country Financial District Leader for the Willamette Valley area, is actively hiring financial advisors and insurance agents. Call Gina at 503-375-9670.
And now, your hosts for The Experience Local, Russ and Scott.
Ta-da! Here we are. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to The Experience Local, live with Russ and Scott. We are so glad to be here at 9 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time now. We have sprung forward, and then we have more sunlight in the evenings. I love that. How about you, Scott?
Yeah, it's kind of nice, but being up early in the morning, now it's lighter a little bit later. And so, it's just it's a different time. You got to get used to it. I'm up early, so it's funny. It didn't really affect me that much as far as like sleep schedules or stuff like that. Wasn't late for church.
Well, neither me. We were on time for church too. We remembered, but no, I don't. I love the dark in the morning. I walk in the morning and dark is fine, but I love the light in the afternoon, evening. I love the extra time because even though it makes no difference on my sleep schedule either, it kind of just makes you, I don't know, it's more encouraging and uplifting when it's light outside. It doesn't get dark so early. So love that. Well, listen, we're so glad you're all here today. And we're not here just to talk about Pacific Daylight Time. We're here to say, you know what? We're here every Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time for your viewing and listening pleasure. That's right. This show actually not only goes live at 9 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Texas Standard Time, but it also becomes a video podcast and sits on the channels we broadcast on, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, sits on those forever. And on top of that, it also converts to audio podcast and is on iTunes, Spotify, whatever your favorite podcast platform is. On top of that, it also goes on radio, and we're so thankful for Hope 107's AM station, 790 AM, and KYKN AM in Salem, Oregon. Those two also broadcast this program, and we're so glad if you're listening there. Thank you so much. If you want more information on us, you can go to local.theexperience.video, and you can find that out today. And even if you're just listening today, write that down. Local.theexperience.video has all the information about Scott and I, and about our shows. And we have more experience shows than just this, don't we, Scott?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got the Experience Local here every Monday morning. And then on Wednesday, we have the Experience, the flagship original show, I'll say, that started, almost 200 episodes ago, right?
Almost.
And that's early in the morning, 7 a.m. Pacific time, 9 here in Central Time, and also available on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, as a podcast. Whatever works for you, you can find the Experience. And we do have the most remarkable people on the planet on our shows every week, like today, Berlee, McEwen.
Yes, I mean it is amazing to have Berlee on today, and we're just so thankful. Like you said, we have the most amazing people on, and are so blessed. And this show is all about believers in business.
Hmm.
And the beautiful thing about that is we are able to share our faith, and they're able to share their faith, and we talk about their family and how it integrates with their business and all of that. And so it has been just a really, really true blessing to do this show, Scott. I appreciate that. You also have the Waco experience going on now, right?
That's right. Yeah. Broadcasting on KBBW here and out of Waco, but it broadcasts the towers reach all the way up north to Dallas and south to Austin. And so it's a broad reach, but then also, of course, it goes out as a podcast. You can go to thewacoexperience.com and listen to past episodes and see what's upcoming on the show. And lots of information there, but great guests. We interview leaders in business, government, and nonprofits, people who have different tool sets, but the same goal, building strong communities.
There you go. There you go. And, we want to encourage you to engage today in the show. If you're watching live, love to have you jump in the comments, say hi. You can even ask Berlee questions or us questions, or you can just comment, and we'd love for you to be part of that. You can connect with us and with other people in the comments. Also, if you would be so kind as to share this out and tag your friends and let them know, hey, you know what? Know you have a busy Monday morning, but guess what? Russ and Scott are live on the Experience Local. Be great if you would do that this morning as well. So I think with that, Scott, we're getting so close here. I want to say one more thing. Scott brought up the Experience, our flagship show. And I want to tell everybody that 200 episodes is coming up soon. It's coming up on the 26th of this month, in fact. And we would love for you to be part of that. And we would just want to thank you for being part of this and being a blessing to us. Besides our amazing sponsors, which we talked about, Copper Rock, Boson Hub, the Arbor, IMG, Abamir, and Country Financial, and Gina Deffa White, we are also listener supported. And so if you feel led to give to this ministry, we would love for you to do that. And you can click the QR code or go to the link in the comments, and we'd love for you to do that. And with that, I think we got to get Berlee in.
Yeah. Let's. And I was just saying, we were talking about the beautiful projects that she puts together, these baskets, and she's got them in a backdrop so people can take a look at the handiwork that she has and the beautiful work that she does.
There we go. Let's get her in here. Drum roll, please. Berlee.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Well, Berlee, it is so great to see you. First of all, I love your smile and I love your positive attitude. I love that you are praying for me, and you're such an amazing woman of God. But you are such a powerful force in our local community. I want to start off by you just telling everybody a little bit about who is Berlee. What in the world are you up to? What are you all about?
Well, I have Berlee's Fancies. I do gift baskets, as you can see. I have been in business now. I'm in my 23rd year, and it's a miracle because lots of these businesses don't last that long, but the Lord was in it from the beginning. So I just give all the honor to him. He did it all. So I've lived in Oregon all but 3 years of my life, and I love Oregon. I wouldn't trade Oregon for anything except maybe the government. But I love the country. I'm not too upset about rain. I'm okay with rain. It's okay. It can rain because it makes it green. So yeah, ask me a question.
You're thinking about the rain, and in Alaska, the folks that live up there have like 20 different words for snow. Right, because it's different types of snow, and I was thinking, we have that, we need that for Oregon, right? There's the farmer's rain, right? That very gentle one that's not going to wash away the topsoil, but just soak in. And anyway,
I call that spitting. It's spitting on us.
Yeah,
right
I just say it's a high humidity.
Yeah, there you go.
This is kind of very, very humid out there, and you don't really need a rain jacket. But let's get into some of the details. You've been in business 23 years, you said?
Yes.
And let's talk about how you started this business.
Oh, that's a story. Well, I am a great believer in prayer. And and I was on worship team for many, many years. And I was doing what I was doing, and I was in prayer groups, and I was having a great time just soaking. I did a lot of soaking back in the day. And then the Lord, during one of those soaking periods, he said, Berlee, I need you to be doing something beyond this. I love our time together. However, there are other people that maybe you should meet. So I said, okay, Lord, what can I do? Because I've been in bookkeeping. Well, that's kind of a one-person job. You just do the bookkeeping. So I'd been doing gift baskets for friends and family, just kind of, not knowing what I was doing, just putting them together because I knew what people liked. And one year around Christmas, when I was giving them out, one of my friends said to me, you need to sell these. You need to market this. So I spent the next 6 months learning about gift basket, the industry, and how it really works, and found out I knew nothing about gift baskets. So I learned a lot. And that next May or April, I was going on a missions trip to Mexico with my church family, and I needed to raise money to go on the trip. So I did Easter baskets. Well, I know now that Easter baskets are not for gift basket people. That's just friends and family. Grandparents, they love to do the gift baskets for the Easter. And I said, okay, that's fine. However, I raised enough money to go on my trip. So yay, team. So I said, okay, that's a sign from the Lord that this is something I can do. So I did. And I started in that next Christmas. I started marketing, and it just went from there. So, you learn so much when you're in business. And what I loved about being in business was the people I met and the people that became part of my extended family. Because I belong to 3 different chambers. I belong to 2 different leads groups, and all of those people are my special friends. So, yeah.
Well, I got to tell you that you are an amazing part of all the chambers for sure. And you are, the baskets you make are amazing. They're better than anything I've ever seen. There's other basket makers, and there's some good ones, but it's just the special touch you put. And I love you make ribbon for me with my logo all over it. You're able to put together these amazing things, and the things that I like. I don't have to tell you what to put in the baskets. You put great baskets together unless we have a certain theme for something. And so when you first began that and you started marketing that, did you find that just reaching out to your community was through greeters and the things you do, was that your best advertising, or have you found other ways to connect with people that have helped?
Actually, I've belonged to different chat groups, but I have found I have finally decided that my tagline, you know what my tagline is, but what I've added to it is I'm intentionally local. I like to work with people that I know and that know me, because then there's that trust factor, and I can trust them. If I don't get paid right away, I know I'm not going to die, and I know they will eventually pay me. And they know that if they order from me, I'm going to find out exactly what it is they want, and I provide that for them. So yeah, it's a trust factor.
Yeah. Go ahead, Russ. Scott. Okay, I will. I'll go ahead. I was going to say, I think what people really are drawn to you too, Berlee, is you're so authentic and genuine. And I believe that is your faith in the Lord and your strength, that you're really your foundation for your life. People see that you radiate joy. Talk about how important that is to you, God in your life and through your business and all of that.
Without God, there would be no business. Without God, there would be no family. Without God, there would be no life. And so that's where the joy comes from. If there's any joy, I always used to say, if you see anything good in me, it's not me, it's God. So just know that just if you see something bad in me, I'm not listening. So that's, I don't know how to answer that. One of the scriptures that I got in my devotions this morning, may I read it?
Please.
Okay.
Yeah, please do.
Okay. This is in Psalm 31. 31:19. How abundant are the good things that you have stored up for those who honor you, that you bestow in the sight of all on those who take refuge in you. That is a scripture that I stand on. That is how abundant is our God and how much he wants to bless his kids. So I had neighbors years ago that didn't believe in the Lord, and I would just listen to some of their stories, and I'd say, how do you survive this world without him? And I don't know if they ever heard that from me, but that's kind of the way I feel. You got to have God, because without God, there's nothing.
And that's a great thought there, because we are surrounded by people who are living with this big hole in their life, and they're trying to fill it with a bunch of stuff instead of the one piece that fits, God, in
Right.
there. And here you are, connecting, listening to these people. Let's talk about how you express your faith through the life that you live in the community. How are you involved? We talked about chambers, but what else are you involved in?
Well, I used to be. I'm not as young as I used to be, and so I don't do as much as I used to do. But I do a lot of gift baskets for people who just need something for a fundraiser. I'll do that. I don't belong to a lot of other groups anymore, just because I have home responsibilities and things that I need to be here for. So I don't know how to answer that question, because I feel a little guilty that I don't do more. But I just know that I have limitations, and I have to listen to my body and listen to what the family. That's important. So
Yeah,
Well,
I think it's a wise, it's how we're called to be wise stewards, right?
right.
right.
And our energy is one of those things, right?
Yeah. And
And
this is one of the things I love to do, and I can do this all day long. And but I am out, and my best time of the day is in the morning. So if I go to morning meetings, and I go to lots of morning meetings, then I've lost that inspirational part of my day, and it's really hard for me to be gone in the morning. But that's important, because I am connecting with those people and being supportive of those businesses. That's
Well, and you are so supportive, and I wouldn't feel guilty at all. Like Scott says, just knowing your energy and your limits and your body and your family time. Really, it's God, family, and then you deal with your business after
right.
that. And I think that's so important. But what I love about it is you have boundaries. You, even as much as you love me, and I know that you do, and I love you too, you'll say no to me if it just doesn't work. And sometimes that's hard for me to take, because I think, but she loves me and I know that I'm late, but you'll just say, I'm sorry, I just can't do it. That doesn't happen very often. You give me a lot of grace, and I'm going to thank you for that. But no, I mean, it's important. It's important to say, I just had a friend, a really, really good friend this morning, reach out to me, and I said, I really don't think I can do it. I just don't have the energy or the ability to do that now with my body and what's going on. And we have to know that, otherwise we're no good for anybody, right? We shoot
Right.
ourselves completely down. And so
Right. It's like the airplane. If you're on an airplane and the masts drop down, take care of yourself first, then you can take care of the other people. If you don't
Yeah.
take care of yourself first, you can't help anybody. So
that is a great, and I use that all the time, because even though it's overused, it is exactly true. What do they say? You pass out in 13 seconds if you don't put your mask on. So yeah, you're definitely no good for anybody passed out on the floor. So
right.
that would not be good. So, we had a nice chat about your wonderful husband and family, and how important have they been to your business, or supporting you in your business and all that you've done?
Well, my son-in-law hosts my website. So bless his heart. He created it, and he hosts it. It's static. You have to order it directly from me, because I found that having a website that had a shopping cart on it didn't work. People called me anyway. So I said, fine, make it static. They'll call me anyway. And that works fine for me, because then we can be more specific about what it is their needs are. My daughter helps me do some of my verbiage things, blogs and stuff like that I do, that I don't do as much as I used to do. But she helps me with that. My husband makes a lot of deliveries for me, bless his heart. So, I mean, they're here. This is kind of my thing, and I've accepted that. That's okay. This can be my thing. But they are available to help me now and then. So, and that's a good thing. But what I like is that we just had to have a new roof put on. We could afford to put the roof on because of my business. So, that's how I help my family.
That's a great way to look at it. It's being able to do the roof. Roofs are expensive, so
Yeah.
people know that you have a very successful business if you're able to buy a roof in today's
Roofs
world.
and
So,
eggs.
congratulations with
And
that.
eggs, and eggs.
Yeah, eggs. I tell you, I just want to jump into something very specific, and a comment was made about these ribbons and about logo. Tell us about that and how you started doing something as unique and special as that.
Well, I focus mainly business to business. And so as a result, I've been to many gift basket conventions, and yes, they do have them. I used to get laughed at for saying that. Yes, they have them. And I haven't gone for a while. But one of the things that they brought up one time was doing imprinted ribbon and labels and things like that that you can provide for your business clients. And that's a really good thing because you've got your name on the gift basket. Do I have any up here? No, I don't, because these are none of those. So but I have a machine that's computerized, and I can just take, somebody emails me their logo, and I'll just I choose the color of the ribbon and the color of the foil based upon their business colors, and I just imprint whatever it is they need at any time. For $100 gift basket or more, it's free. For people like Russ, it's free. But it's just something I've started to do. I have a private label that I on my coffees and stuff, and I can put their label on it, that too. It's been a huge deal. People love to see their name. So, and I can do things like happy birthday and all that kind of stuff too. But yeah.
Well, it really makes an impact, Berlee. I mean, when you're leaving the basket behind and you're giving it to somebody, they may after time forget who it was from. But if the ribbon is all over it, and when you're working business to business with people, and some people will say, well, I mean, I think of gift baskets, it's more like a personal thing you give to somebody. Well, listen, everybody, businesses are full of people that love to get gift baskets. And when you do this, I mean, Berlee, I've done it for a million things. I've done it for golf tournaments. I've done it for chamber greeters. I've done it directly as Christmas presents through you, or gifts for thank yous for people. And I tell you, it makes such an impact on people. It just is amazing. So people need to think about that, what they're doing and how they're leaving really their mark individually and their business. But
Right.
So the last thing I want to ask you before I'm the responsible host and start wrapping things up here, while we still have a little bit of time, is you love people and people can see that. What did you said this was your life. You did this as just a fun thing before you made it a business. What did you do before gift baskets? Because I know it had something to do with people and things like that. What did you do as far as, did you have a job before Berlee's?
Bookkeeper. I'm a bookkeeper by trade. That's what
Okay.
I've done all most of my life. And usually I worked in an office, but there in the last 4, 5, 6 years, I was doing privately at home. So I had a business and I ran Berlee McEwen bookkeeping for several years. But it went more and more digital, and it wasn't creative anymore. When you did it on, when you wrote it all out and you could see what you'd done and where you'd been, that was fun. When it started to go all on the computer where you couldn't see what you'd done before, I kind of lost interest in it and it got boring. So I kind of quit.
It was funny because my mother was a bookkeeper, and I remember she worked at Pioneer Telephone in Philomath.
Oh, I remember that one.
The little office downtown on Main Street there. And the adding machine that she had was completely manual, right? You punch in the numbers and then had the handle to pull and crank.
Oh my, that is manual.
Then put, and I was fascinated by that machine when I was a kid, right?
Yeah.
And then of course they graduated into the electric ones, which were much faster. But anyway, one
of the things I excelled at was running the calculator. I could run a calculator really, really fast. You don't do that anymore. That's nothing. It's not a thing.
Yeah.
So can I say one thing?
Please.
One of the blessings of my business is being able to hear I'll walk away from a gift basket design saying, I'm not happy with this. And the Lord will give me an idea. I'll go back and finish it. And I have had people come up to say to me, how did you know? And that just blesses my heart because that means I heard and I responded correctly. So
that is truly, truly a blessing. I mean, you are a blessing, Berlee. I can't tell you what your friendship means to me. You've been such a blessing to me for so many years now. And I just have to say one thing. I was laughing because Pioneer Telephone, there's a little office in Jervis, Oregon, and that's where my wife grew up, and they had Pioneer Telephone there back in the day when they had a party line, and they had to ask permission if someone else was online to actually be online. So things have come a long ways, but you know what? That all to be said, there's something to be said about the good old days. The good old days when it took a little bit more work and more people interaction and all of those things. And I have really fought, and you know me, Berlee, to stay in touch with people and really connect. And so, because without that, it just, a lot of things do lose their purpose, and God loses his ability to work through us, like you just said, where he's speaking to you and helping you to touch people through all that you're doing. And I know that's happening because it's happened to me. So thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, I'm going to be the responsible host and wrap things up. We're going to say goodbye for today. But before we do, tell everybody your gold nugget of today, what you want them to remember from our conversation, and then how do they get in touch with you?
That God is always available. He's always listening, and you can always hear him if you listen. And Amen. How to get in touch with me, website is berleesfancies.com. Cell phone is 541-905-2800. That's call or text. And you can always get me on Facebook under Berlee's Fancies, and you can always get me. Well, you can contact me on Instagram. I'm not very good at Instagram, but I do get your messages. So I'm there. I'm on your social medias. So yeah.
Part of that is right there, magically appeared below us on the screen. Before I don't want people to miss it. Tell us your phone number one more time.
541-905-2800. I will say, if I don't recognize the number, I will not answer it immediately. Leave a message and I will get back to you. So
perfect. Yes, that is so great. And I'm telling you, Berlee, we not only do we appreciate you, but we shout you out all the time. And everybody watching today, I want to make sure you contact Berlee. All of her information has been there. Now her phone number is there. Please connect with her today and reach out because she does amazing work and she loves Jesus, which is the best part.
Amen.
So, Berlee, we're going to say goodbye to you, but hang tight in the green room for just a second. We're going to wrap the show up. All right.
All right. Thank you.
You bet.
So Berlee McEwen of Berlee's Fancies. And, if you're not good at gift giving like me, because I'm not good at gift giving, Berlee is going to make it easy for you. And I've seen her baskets. Russ, you've seen her baskets. It's art, right? And it's art from the heart. And she says she's going to listen to what the person needs and deliver something that is above and beyond. And so your years of gift giving, easy right there.
She makes it so easy when I need something. And Berlee's the first thing I think of. If I'm doing business stuff, especially, I'm just like, I just call Berlee and say, hey, this is what I need. And then she just does it. And it magically appears at the venue I'm doing it at, or I pick it up from her in Albany, and it's amazing. So anyway, listen, everybody, all of her information is there. Please contact her and connect with her. Also, if you want to connect with Scott and I, go to local.theexperience.video. You can even join our YouTube page there. But if you want to go straight to our YouTube page, you go to theexperience.video today. Please subscribe, and we would greatly, greatly appreciate that. And I'm going to Berlee's email, Gmail, has been ticking along the bottom. So you have all that there. Here is her information again, coming up, and her phone number in the comments. All of it is clickable. You go directly to Berlee today. We appreciate you. You should do that. And with that, Scott, we got to wrap it up. So it's another week. Be here next week, everybody. 9 a.m. Pacific and 11 Texas Standard Time. Until then, enjoy your life and enjoy
the local experience.
Woohoo!
Thank you for tuning in to The Experience Local with Russ and Scott. Listen to the program on Spotify or wherever you listen to fine podcasts. Join in every Monday live at 9 a.m. Pacific on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. We look forward to seeing you next time on The Experience Local with Russ and Scott.